I would like to kind of talk through a recent question that I had somebody ask me, and it related to accepting a job offer, but continuing to look for another job in the process. So your reputation in the legal industry is extremely important, and I mean beyond more important than anything you could imagine. That's why you need to evaluate your actions or inactions with that frame of mind. The person just graduated from law school, so congratulations, and they have a job offer on the table from a law firm, but it's not their ideal job, and it's not their ideal location geographically either. So this law school graduate is in a position that most other law students and recent grads probably dream of landing in either May or December graduation months. So they're already in a great situation, and I think that they should just, first of all, accept that and love that position. However, I think we can all understand if you're not in your dream job yet and it's not your dream offer, then you're going to have some hesitations. And I think this is a perfectly normal question, a normal place to be. They're continuing to talk with other firms in an area that they're more interested being and within a practice area that they're more passionate about. They continue on to ask about any consequences of first accepting the offer while continuing to look for other jobs, and then second, accepting the job offer and then piecing out and accepting another potentially better job offer. Now, if you're a regular viewer of my channel, you'll recall I have had some other interviews with lawyers that found themselves facing a revoked job offer or a law firm that didn't even exist after they wrapped up the bar exam. So to address the first part of their question, I think this honestly has the right mindset. You shouldn't just stop searching for a job just because you have an offer. You should keep searching or going through with other scheduled interviews up until the day you actually start as an employee. Typically, nothing prevents a revocation of a job offer unless otherwise stated in the offer. So to answer the second part of their question, we've all been to law school. We've taken contracts. You know the answer, I would think. Unless someone signs or creates a contract, anyone is typically able to accept a job offer and then decline and not work whenever they wish. If someone signs a contract, then without giving any legal advice, that obviously may have other terms involved limiting their options in this situation. But just accepting an offer via email that has no additional stipulations aside from being an offer with a salary amount or a form letter, I can't really see any harm. But again, every situation's different, and there might be some aspects of contract law in your specific jurisdiction that you might want to be aware of. But I can't see any issue with just saying no. I'm moving on. Now, all of what I've said comes with a huge caveat. It's very important to keep in mind any damage that could happen to your reputation for accepting and then turning down an offer. If it's a small enough firm and it isn't connected to where you're ideally going to be practicing geographically or in the same practice area, perhaps you will never have an issue or run into the lawyers or staff at the firm. It honestly depends upon how close this current opportunity is to someone's final desired location. If you plan on practicing anywhere near where this current job offer is coming from, it may not be worth pulling out just from a professional standpoint. Honestly, I don't think it's the end of the world, but it could be something that is talked about within the legal community if it's small enough. I doubt anyone would find out immediately. It's not like the person you accept and then decline an offer from would have a secret candidate directory they could update and all other employers would see it. I know of nothing of the sort that exists, at least. However, if it's in the same practice area, there could be a listserv, which I would say is a worst case scenario, but also is really dumb if someone talks openly about another attorney on there. Or there could just be a monthly networking or social event that they attend and people talk at. You never know if people are friends, so keep that in mind. Another point to note is that it's very common during the first few years of a young lawyer's career to change firms or jobs. It's understood that other opportunities might become available, or you might find yourself in a practice area that you don't enjoy. It's just important to remember that too many small stints here and there can start to cause more problems than you want when someone is looking at your resume. Are you switching around so much because you don't get along with people? maybe there is something wrong with you that a future employer would be best to avoid. Just don't always assume that the grass is greener on the other side and you need to switch the jobs. You need to switch jobs immediately. Find ways to build your areas of interest or practice within your current setting whenever possible. If you're struggling with this issue, perhaps discuss with your career service office if you feel comfortable with them. Also, I'm happy to answer any questions or discuss further, so just drop them in the comments below. You can also use the comments below to share your thoughts or opinions, but this is if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to the podcast, tweet at me, email me, get on the show notes on the website, and leave a comment. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.